Yes, I very mumuch enjoyed the event. It's nice to be able to hear the best practices coming from the speakers, but also to have the opportunity to, during the networking breaks, really get to know people individually and what their concerns about supply chain are, etc. So it gives a nice atmosphere for being able to do both.
No question about it. I think it's one of the better summits I've been to. The quality of presenters and the quality of participants is actually one of the best I've ever seen. Seeing the variety of people coming from different segments of the supply chain industry, consumer, industrial, and international, really gives you a different perspective, and it also allows you to validate what you know and also learn from some of these guys. No question.
Well, I've noted down, let's say, two. The one is that even if the majority of the speech today was in different industries, except the two last ones, they all have the same issues. So it's a totally independent if you're a retailer, if you're in the retailer business, or you are in our business, in the semiconductor business. So they have all the same issues. And also what I recognize as a second point for me, so it looks like that the, let's say, the unique perception of supply chain management is becoming more and more crucial. So it's we as Infineon, we say, okay, supply chain management is a competitive advantage. We have heard this today as well from the other guy giving a speech. And also we see this is what is one of our USPs, unique selling points towards our customers. We are famous for our quality and we are famous for our technologies. But also supply chain management is becoming more and more crucial to them to deliver the right parts in the right place. It's not a no-brainer anymore now. We have to establish the supply chain concepts to deal with the customer. It's on this S&OP platform or on other else. We have to deal and collaborate with the customers. But having still in focus, it's our customer, and our customer is the king.
Well, I think there were a couple things. One is, the sophistication of the topics. Supply chains really evolved quite a bit over the last couple of years, and the group of speakers were very sophisticated, and I especially loved the control tower presentation. It sort of told us that there is a next step, and it's been hard to not feel like there's been anything that innovative for a long time. So.
I think one of the things that you take away from an event like this one is that you can share in some misery, right? Some of the things that concerning you and are really endemic to your industry, you also find are really common issues and common concerns of other industry groups as well. And so you can look maybe to open up your blinders a little bit and be able to learn about best practices coming from other people who have tackled similar problems, but in other industry sectors.
Some of the speakers echoed similar thoughts, although they didn't know each other before, but in the sense like the key is not only just supply chain planning, it is managing execution. And that is a key message I think we ought to deliver to all the supply chain participants, because supply chain is not just about planning, it's also about how you execute the plan. You make the plan and then you work the plan. That's one of the common messages I heard today, and that's, I think, key across the board.
Oh, it's tremendously beneficial. I think you get, the networking alone, meeting a couple of the people that I didn't know, wasn't aware of, is worth a ton. The actual education was a little bit surprising to me. I do quite a few events a year where I speak and have been in supply chain for 25, 30 years, so I'm not impressed very often, but today I heard 2 or 3 presentations that just were beyond my expectation. I think that's pretty exciting for an easy trip to Chicago. So.